All right, let's take a look at floating elements. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to comment out this box, and I'm going to keep my external style sheet linked to my page. So I'm going to write code in style.css, but I'm not going to delete this. I want to keep this because maybe I want to use it some other time. But I'm going to leave or make some extra space to work here. And what I want to do is demonstrate floating elements. And so a floating element is this is very interesting. So we can have a paragraph, and we can put lorem in here, and we could copy this paragraph over and over and over again. Let's go ahead and copy this over and over and over. Actually, nope, that was wrong. Let's back that up. Let's add a line break. Let's do this way. We're going to have a lot of text in here. And let's refresh our page. And so you can see that style.css is still working for us. Actually, let's go ahead and comment that out because that's going to be counterintuitive to this lesson. There we go. And so we have all this text in here. And now the idea of floating is when you have an image, you can put an image somewhere in here. And you can either make it float to the left or float to the right. And that's going to make your text wrap around everything. So let's go ahead and add an image, and I'll show you what a normal image looks like inside of a big paragraph like this. We could do, let's say the BR here, we could say img src is equal to chewy.jpg, and let's give it a width of 200 pixels, and the height is going to be automatically inherited. So whatever the aspect ratio is for a width of 200, it's going to have the proper height. And that didn't work because I spelled chewy wrong. Okay, so we've got this image over here, and like it's close, but it doesn't really look like a news website or like a newspaper would do it. We actually want the text to wrap around here. So what we can do is we can say style is equal to float, and then we can say float right. And what this is going to do is boom, move that image all the way to the right and have text flow around it, which is really, really nice. We can also say float left, and it does the exact same thing. Now we can also add some margin around here, margin 10 pixels, just so that we have some spacing around there. We could do border 1 pixel solid black, and I'm doing internal CSS here. And then I could say, give this a box shadow, x-axis 0, y-axis 0. Let's make it blur by 5 pixels and make this black. And now we have some sort of image that actually sticks out. Now this is all internal CSS, and this is probably the most frowned way of writing CSS. So I'm going to grab that, cut, delete it, and I'm going to give this a class of floating image. And then if I go over to style.css, I can select that image with image.floating image. Alternatively, this would work as well. And I can just paste that in there. And so new line, move over there, new line. And if I did that right and I refresh this, nothing should change. Beautiful. And if I wanted to change that float, I could change that to right. Just like that. So that's how we sort of make images and content float side by side. Now, what do you think is going to happen if I have two images floating side by side like this? Let's take a look. They float side by side. They literally try to get as close to each other as possible. Now there's a little bit of text in here, and so it's going to offset things as well, which is very, very interesting. So you might not get the exact outcome that you're looking for, but it can be very, very close. Now the nice thing about this is floating image is going to be floating to the right. We can overwrite this with internal CSS, and this is a good case for internal CSS. We can say float left. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Now, I really want you to give this a shot. You're going to be using floats quite a bit until you get into significantly more advanced CSS. Floats are very, very important at this point in time in your development career or your development path, so make sure you are somewhat familiar with them. What you can do as another sort of fun example or something to play with is you can do an ordered list or an unordered list, an li, and you can put them all side by side. Or you can have div.float, And you can put these all side by side, make them float side by side. Go ahead, give that a shot. Don't feel like you need to master this one, but give it a shot, have some fun with it, and just sort of get some hands-on experience with how this one works. It's a little bit weird to get a hang of at first, but it's really good to tinker around with it and just, experiment.